everyone, in this video we will do this fun pattern. Before we start doing this pattern, I would first like to thank everyone who is already subscribed to my channel. I really appreciate that. And to those who are new to my channel, I would like to ask to subscribe and put on that bell, because when I will do a lot more videos about all kinds of patterns for my online stitch library, and when you put on that bell, you will get a notification from YouTube when I have a new video out, so you won't miss anything. And well, to all of you, if you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up, and well, let's get started. Before we start, I would also like to give you a sneak preview of what is coming next. And first thing that I will do is this pattern, and you have probably seen it before. I also showed it in my video about increasing and decreasing, and I have also prepared some other stuff because my crochet course also needs more, well, course material, of course. This is about doing slip stitches, and as you can see here, you can do all kinds of fun things with it. And I have also prepared 2 other swatches. I have to make a third one, and that is about combining rows of single crochets and slip stitches. And well, that's fun too. So that's a bit of a sneak preview of what is coming. And then we will start with doing this pattern, and I will use my Scheepjes Stonewashed XL. To be honest, I think this pattern looks better with a somewhat thinner yarn, but for tutorial purposes I would like to use this one, because then you can see better what I'm doing. And well, let's first start with looking at the description of the pattern. And that says that the number of stitches of this pattern is a multiple of 2 plus 2. And we will have to make a foundation chain, which is the desired number of repeats times 2 plus 2. And when you look at the pattern chart and the description, it says that the example is 5 pattern repeats. So we will do for the foundation 5 times 2, that's 10, plus 2 is 12. And I will do that quickly now. Well, as you can see, my color has changed. Well, not really, of course, but I record these videos for both my Dutch channels and my English channels, and I decided that for my English channel I used this color of yarn. So I've switched it. I saw it when I was working on my foundation chain. I was like, no, I have to pick my other color. So I have set up 12 chains for the foundation row, and now we will take a look at the pattern chart, and there you can see that we will do 1 turning chain, and then we will do 12 single crochets into that foundation chain. And the first one is, of course, into the second stitch of the hook. So this is our turning chain, and here we will do our first single crochet, and as you know, this counts as the first stitch of your row. So let's place a marker into this so you will not get confused. And well, I will finish this row with making single crochets into each stitch. Well, the sun went away, so now that's a pity because it was really a great day today. And there it comes back a little bit, so it might change a little bit with the color of my video. But okay, let's get started with row 2. And the first thing you will see is that we have to do 3 turning chains. Well, recently I did a video about alternatives for doing the 3 turning chains. So I will do one alternative in row 3 and 4. But for now, let's do the 3 turning chains. And then we have to do a repeat of 2 double crochets together with 1 stitch in the middle that is skipped. And then, because this is a decrease, we have to compensate this with a chain in between. So, well, let's get started. So, here we do the first part of the 2 double crochets together, and then we will do the first part of the first double crochet, and the first one is made into the first stitch of the previous row. And then we skip 1 stitch and insert here into the next, and we start doing a double crochet here as well. And again, we don't finish it, but we have now 3 loops on our hook, make a wrap and pull through these 3 loops, and then we have to do a chain. Well, the second one is again making the first part of a double crochet here into that same stitch that we just worked into. So let's start with that first part, then skip a stitch and start with our double crochet here. And we now have 3 loops on our hook, and we make a wrap and we crochet them together and then make a chain. Well, I will do that throughout this row, and then I will get back to you when I'm almost at the end. Well, I'm nearly finished. I've done my last 2 double crochets together, and then I have to do 1 more chain, and then I have to work into this last stitch of the previous row. So in this case it's easy because it's a single crochet, and well, do our last double crochet here, and this is row 2, and I will show you. Hope you can see it. You know, the thick yarn doesn't show the holes very good, like I already said, but for yeah, the purpose of this video I will use this yarn. Okay, we will start now with row 3, which is in green in the pattern chart. And this time I will use an alternative for the 3 turning chains that you see in the chart. So I will pull up a loop here, and then I pinch that loop here with my finger, and you really have to keep it tight, and then put your hook to the front and wrap that yarn around your hook, and then insert your hook here into that very first stitch, and sometimes you have to wiggle, and yeah, so well, here it is. Pull up a loop here, keep that stitch tight here on your hook, and just work like you do a normal double crochet. And now you can leave it and then finish that stitch like a normal double crochet. And I always recommend to put a stitch marker into these loops here, because it has a little bit of a tendency to shift a little bit. So yeah, that helps. So actually we start doing the same as we did in the previous row, and that is by making 2 double crochets together, and the first leg is into that first stitch of the previous row here, and we stop, we skip that chain that we did here. So if you look here, here's a chain, here is the top of that double crochet that we just of the 2 double crochets of that previous row. Again, start doing the second double crochet, the first part, and then when you have 3 loops on your hook, you pull, you pick up the loop and pull it through all these 3, and then again 1 chain, and again work into that stitch that we just worked into, skip the chain, work into the top of that previous row of these 2 double crochets together, and well, I was a bit quick. I will continue doing this throughout this row. So we're nearly done, and here I will do my last double crochet, 2 double crochets together here, and 1 chain, and I forgot to place a marker, but here when you turn your work, you see here these 3 chains that we did, these 3 turning chains. And what I usually do is I pick up this loop here, and I will take a marker here. It is this loop, which is actually the back of the chain that you did, and I will work through this loop here, and it helps to pull it up a little bit. And well, I will show you what I do, and you've probably seen me doing this before if you watch my other videos. I wrap around my hook, and then I pick up this bump here, that back bump of that chain, and then I bring back my hook here. And what this does is that you get these 2 loops of that top turning chain on your hook, and now you can work through it. And this is our last double crochet, and well, I will show you row 4, because I also want to show you how easy it is to recognize which stitch to work into when you come to the end of this row. I will do row 4 now, and well, first again I will show you the alternative for the 3 turning chains, and I pull up a loop, I pinch it here, I wrap my hook around it, I insert my hook here, and I keep on pinching that first loop, and then act like doing a normal double crochet. And now I can let it go, and then I put a marker into that top, this V shape here, and well, then we actually do the same as we did in the previous rows. We start into that first stitch of the previous row with making the first leg of our 2 double crochets together. We skip that chain here, and we do the second part, that second leg, and then we pull it together. So I will work at until the end of this row, so you can see that it's much easier to work into that last stitch with this alternative. I did my last 2 double crochets together, 1 chain, and then we have come to the end of this row, and now you see it's much easier to work into that stitch here of the previous row. So well, That's nice. And well, let's show what we have done so far. And well, maybe it's a little bit harder to see with this thicker yarn. It helps if you do a project to block it, so you can see the stitches a little bit better. And well, here I have my original. This is made with Aliso Cotton Gold, and well, it looks, I think, a little bit better with some finer yarns. And well, I think that was what I wanted to show you about this pattern. And then I would like to ask you to give me a thumbs up if you like this video. And then I will see you back in the next video, where I do the next pattern with the 2 double crochets together, but in just a little different way.